Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your overview for the month of March. How are you, Capricorn? Thanks so much for clicking here. Capricorn, I've got 3 decks, first, middle, and end of the month. Beginning, middle, and end is what I'm trying to say. Look, we're in the retrograde shadow and my lips are just not working. So I'm here to give you some energy for March. It's a lot. We're going through a lot in March. I'm just going to say, Capricorn. So for the earth signs, it's going to be a little bit frustrating because I feel like, we've got a couple eclipses that are coming up. We also have Mercury going into retrograde on the 15th in Aries, which can cause a little bit of confusion, maybe some arguments, fights, maybe some intense communications over misunderstandings, possibly. We also have today, which is the new moon in Pisces. Welcome to the new moon energy. So I'm choosing to do this on the new moon. And because there are new things that are coming up for you. Look, we are having these 2 eclipses, one in Virgo, one in Aries. One is a total lunar, one is a partial solar. Look, there's lots going on. We have retrograde that begins on the 15th in Aries, and then partway through on the 30th, it retrogrades, Mercury retrogrades back into Pisces. It's a lot. Go find an astrologer so they can tell you what's going on with your sign during this crazy, busy astrological time. Let's find out what is going on for you, Capricorn. Okay, look, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. So this is the theme for the month, I feel, is no matter what goes on, because eclipses can bring endings that you're not expecting. And I want you to remember that you are enough no matter what. Full moon in Virgo. Full moons are endings. They are things that are coming to a conclusion. We are leaving things behind. And I want to say that what you're probably leaving behind is being in the service of others. That's Virgo energy. Virgo is usually the one who wants to be the helper all the time. And so I feel like what you're leaving behind is this energy of having to be everybody's help. I want to say the energy is gaining momentum. So I feel like it begins as a thought pattern at the beginning of the month and then gains momentum as the month goes on. It's time for you to take a stand, to do things that you need to do for you, Capricorn, instead of being everyone's caretaker. Tell me more about Capricorn, please. Tell me more about Capricorn. We've got peace. Look, it's just bringing you peace, friend. It says peace and contentment are coming to you, and it feels like it's because you are deciding to leave behind people who just want you to do things for them or be things for them. We have creativity. Have fun, express yourself in new ways. Creativity is a really great way for meditation. If you're a person who has a hard time meditating, the way to get into a meditation is to do something creative, paint or color or draw. Something like that, and it puts you into creativity, puts you into a great place of meditation. So have fun and express yourself in ways of creativity throughout the month. If you're having a hard time meditating, or that's the very first way you can get into meditation before you even get into a place where you can sit still with your thoughts. Tell me about Capricorn. We've got reunion, Capricorn. You might be having a reunion with someone. It could be, we've got these 2 cats here, I'm going to say. It looks like that there is a reunion here between 2 people who mirror each other. So it could be a twin flame. Maybe you have a twin, like a genetic twin, but it feels like 7 and 2 is 9. It feels like this person is someone you haven't spoken with in a while. So I feel like you are coming together with someone, and we'll speak more about that at the end. I feel like it's karma that we're dealing with here. I feel like maybe the person who wants to have the reunion might be dealing with a bit of karma. They could be going through a tower, which is card number 16. This person could be going through a hard time in their life. Everything is breaking down. Everything is going wrong. They are receiving their karma, and it's you they choose to have the reunion with. You might get communication that might begin a new cycle with this person, whether you want the cycle to begin or not. I think it is going to, as soon as you pick up the phone or answer the text, it puts you back into the same cycle you were with this person. And I really feel like it sort of breaks up your peace here, I want to say, this reunion. Tell me about Capricorn. Let's find out what else is going on for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus and Jupiter in the month of March of 2025. You are good enough here. Tell me about, I think you're telling yourself that you're good enough, because the full moons always mean releases, letting something go. And I feel like you're saying to yourself, it's not my fault, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. I think that's what this energy is telling me here. Tell me more about Capricorn. We have the Hermit. Very interesting. That is Virgo energy and Virgo energy. Tell me more. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Fool. You know what? I think it's just time to go. I feel like you felt you were stuck in a place that you couldn't move from. It feels like this Eight of Swords is telling me you felt like you were in jail. You felt like you were trapped in a situation. And I feel like you go into this Hermit energy to try and look over the details. I feel like you want to be really sure about what you're doing, but also, is it me? Like, is it me? Am I the one who's crazy here? Like, it feels like you gave a lot of yourself to somebody, and that person, I feel, took it for granted or didn't say thank you, and I don't think you're a person that waits for a thank you, but I feel like this person just didn't care. They just treated you like you were an endless amount of money. You're an endless amount of giving, sharing, being kind. They just took you all for granted. It was what it feels like. So the Hermit energy tells me that you back away from something and you're saying to yourself, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. And I think that you are. I think that somebody here needs a little bit of tough love. And I feel like you were feeling trapped within this situation. And I feel like the full moon is the only way that you're going to get out of it. So you might even go on like this until around the 13th or the 14th full moon in Virgo. We do have an eclipse coming up, right? So it might even be up until then. But the Fool tells me that a new door is opening and you're willing to free fall with a little bit of care from the universe, that you're willing to give it up to the universe and say, look, I'm willing to be the Fool. I'm willing to try again, but I just can't stay in the situation that I'm in right now. I feel like a door opens up for you because you made some type of decision in the 3D here. After going back and forth on how to handle the situation, I feel like you finally make a decision to use all the tools that you were blessed with. So the Magician is the one that has all the resources, that has all the magic, has all the tools, and I feel like you realize that you were the one who has all of the resources, the magic, and the tools. I feel like you realize that you can now manifest your way out of anything, that you no longer have to go back and forth, because when you make a decision to manifest, you really do believe that it's already with you. So it does feel like you had to get out of some place where somebody was really taking advantage of you, and I think you finally made the decision to do that only because you felt like you had the resources and the stability to be able to go out on your own here. I think you surprise yourself and everybody else, if I'm being honest. It feels like you didn't expect for this to happen. It might be shocking. It might be a surprise that this door opens and you decide to go through it, that maybe you weren't expecting that it was going to work out this way, but it does feel like you are letting something go, like close to the beginning of the month here. We do have the Queen of Cups, and you're doing it in the most kind and compassionate way. I feel like you're just saying to someone, look, I can't do this with you anymore. I love you, but I can't do this with you anymore. And the Queen of Cups is always compassionate, kind, and loving, and I think you are doing it in that way, but I think that it's time that you left someone behind who has been taking advantage of you for a really long while. I feel like this all brings you peace at the middle of the month. Feels like there is a lot of peace and contentment that you have with the decision that you've made, because you realize that you are enough. It never really was about you. It was about you allowing them to step over your boundaries. We do have the Seven of Cups here. You're now thinking about this decision that you made, is what it feels like. Your intuitive energy is telling you, I think, that you made the right decision. Yep, you sure did. The Six of Wands is about victory. So I feel like you check in again with yourself. Am I good enough? Was it me? Was it them? I feel like you go over some stuff here, emotional stuff. I feel like you feel very confused emotionally, but ultimately at peace. I want to say in your soul, I want to say you're at peace, but the Six of Wands tells me that you made it out of a really dark and hard cycle in order to get some victory here. Victory, and it feels like you needed that. I want to say you needed this new cycle of peace, because it's enough already. I want to say it's enough already. We do have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Cups. And we have the Queen of Wands. I feel like there's celebration. I feel like you still do have the love of your family. There is celebration, and I feel, you know, this victory that you got here, I feel like it was a really good decision. We have 2 wands here, and wands, 2 of them are preparing to make a decision. I feel like you made a really good decision. I feel like, you know, it feels here that you're excited, or that something has been lifted off of your shoulders. I'm going to say, I want to say you still have the love of your family. You still have the love of self. You are very much in peace and contented here over the decision that you've made. I feel like it's something that needed to be done for a while. I feel like you still have your times where you're kind of like, I can't believe that I did that. And you worry about the person or the situation or the place. Should I have done it? Should I have left? Should I have ended the situation? But I feel like you have a little bit of remorse by the end of the month, or a little bit of worry about, you know, what kind of karma did you create for yourself? I don't think that this has anything to do with you, to be honest, but I feel like you worry about what karma you may have created with yourself in the way that you communicated with someone here. I feel like this person might be coming back, but we'll see who the reunion is about here. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Tell me about this reunion that's going to happen around about the end of March, last week or so of March. We've got the Empress. We've got Chariot and the Queen of Swords. We've got the World card. Wow, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. And wow, there's all of the changes that are coming to you in the last couple of weeks of the month, is what it looks like. There is a lot of stuff that is coming to a change here, boy. You know, this reunion that I think is coming is somebody who I feel is coming to test your boundaries, because the Queen of Swords has boundaries. And I feel that this person probably comes to you from afar. I want to say that maybe they've been living at a distance. This is somebody who's been lurking under the surface, and they're coming here to test your boundaries and your stability. Did you really mean the things that you said? I feel like you're in the Empress energy, and I don't feel like the Empress has anything less than really good and tight boundaries. I feel like this World card is like, to you, it's done. It's way done. It's a done deal. You've already moved on. You've made the changes in your life. The Wheel of Fortune is here, and you've made these deep changes, destined changes, and you've already gotten perspective on the situation. Like, I feel like you've just, you know, tickety-boo, you move right along, and you're feeling really good with the situation. I feel like the King of Swords in the reverse tells me that this person comes back to give you a finger shake, a finger wag. They're going to be like, you're going to get your karma, you know. And I feel like this communication is the King of Swords in the reverse. This to me is like somebody who has narcissistic sort of attitude. They might not be a narcissist, like that's a medical diagnosis, and I'm not a doctor, but this person is somebody who is only concerned with themselves, that they come back to ruffle your feathers just to discard you. Like, it feels like somebody here is coming back to try and sort of beat you into submission. There is a message of warning here. So I feel like for you, it's going to happen soon. Look, the soon is here and the anger is here. I'm just going to say, we've got anger soon, and then we've got a message of warning. We've got submission, and we've got communication and karma. So I feel like somebody here is coming at you the second time around just to try and test your boundaries, to see if you really are still in this Empress energy. But look, the Empress always remains composed. The Empress has a lot of wisdom and isn't going to let anything bother them. So I feel as though you're going to keep your boundaries because you've already gotten a perspective on the situation. You've already been through some sort of deep destined change, and you've begun to expand your life into the future here. Your life is now gaining momentum, but somebody comes back to test you. And I feel like they knock on the door, and I feel like you don't even let them in, because you close the door, you put the slats up, you nailed those slats in really good. I feel like this person is like yelling at you through the door or trying to get a hold of you to give you a piece of their mind. And I don't think that you're paying attention, to be honest. It's because their heart is broken. And this could be somebody that, it could be breaking your heart, because it could be somebody that you've known since you were a child. It could be a sister or a brother, a mother or a father, a best friend. It feels like you you have to let go of this altogether. It must be. It feels like it has to be that way, because this person took advantage of you for the last time, Capricorn. And it happens because you are the overgiver. But I think you've learned your lesson that, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is no longer alone. That's Capricorn energy. She's now got the Queen of Wands, who's Sagittarius. She's now got the Queen of Swords, who is Libra. She's now got the Queen of Cups, who is Cancer. And so she's a very well-rounded energy. I think this is you. I think that you understand that what you did was because you were good enough, not because you weren't good enough. Tell me more about Capricorn. We've got the Book of Knowledge. We've got the card 32, which is the Moon. Oh, very interesting. Look, in the middle of the Book of Knowledge, there is the Swans, which is love, and there's also this Moon energy, which is actually sort of a romantic, sort of respectful kind of emotional energy is what it is. It feels like you will be visited by or contacted by somebody who is in your past. I feel this Book of Knowledge with the 10 Pentacles on it tells me that it's somebody who used to be attached to you and your family, and it does feel like it has a romantic notion here. It feels like with the birds that you're going to be hearing gossip, chitter chatter. Somebody's going to want to see you. Maybe a friend comes to you and says, so-and-so single. Do you know that? They want to talk to you. They want to see you. It does feel like that there is some sort of romantic thing that might show up for you in the month of March. It feels like with this, it feels like it's like destined. It feels like it is something, someone wants to give you reciprocal energy and love, and it's after not speaking with you for a while. I feel like this is someone that you know. I think you've written a history book with them already. It feels like you have history with them, but it does feel like somebody here wants to communicate with you again, but I feel like you're going to hear it first from friends, from people who I feel you haven't heard from in a while, or if you've heard from these friends for a while, I think that they're telling you about someone that you have not heard from in a while. But I feel like you were almost expecting it. We do have the Jack of Hearts, which is the Knight of Cups. So that is somebody who's coming in for a romantic reason. We also have the Eight of Cups here, which tells me that you've kind of detached from the whole situation already. So I feel like there's someone who's trying to strike something up for you with you again. It feels like they've been wandering around the labyrinth, looking for you, I'm going to say. I feel like the reunion is something different, though. I feel like it's a person coming, this person that you let go, the situation that you were wondering if you were good enough for. I feel like that person is the one coming back to test your boundaries and to test you, period. But I feel like there is some sort of love showing up here. And it feels like, if it's not someone that you know, it feels like you've felt this way before with this person. It feels like you immediately sort of soften when they're around, is what it feels like here, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, and I hope you have the most beautiful March. And you take care of you. And I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.